Hey everybody, I'm Bob Baker with Jazz Guitar Today, and I've got Peter Henriksen with me from Henriksen Amplifiers. And man, big news, cool stuff going on. The Rocky Mountain Archtop Festival is coming upon us. We've been waiting up for this thing for, is this now 3 years? This is since the last one?
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah.
Like everything else, it was scheduled in 2020.
Yeah. So I was there in 2019 when we'll talk a little bit about the Rocky Mountain Archtop Festival, which anybody that's watching this video should be getting your airplane, getting your car ready, make your hotel reservations, because if you love the Archtop guitar, you got to be out there, or just jazz in general, jazz guitar in general, you've got to be out there. It's just the event, as far as I'm concerned, the event of the year. That being said, I guess maybe a good place for us to jump off is, why don't you tell us about what the Rocky Mountain Archtop Festival is for people that don't know?
Well, in principle, it's a guitar show. And this year we have 30 of the world's best Archtop luthiers coming together for a weekend. Along with that, we bring all a lot of the players who represent those brands to do some clinics and some performances, and it's basically just the ultimate jazz and a archtop guitar hang.
Well, that's being a little understated about it. Are we waking you up, Peter? It's so much more than that. I mean, last time we were out there in 2019, I mean, it was an Archtop jazz guitar party for sure. I mean, it was the epicenter, if you will, of all things Archtop jazz guitar. All of the top luthiers were out there, with their latest instruments. So many of the great players were there. It was just an unbelievable thing. So a little bit about the venue where it's going to be held.
We pretty much take over the Hilton Garden Inn in Arvada, Colorado. The guitars are all in their big conference area, and then we've got 9 different classrooms on the first floor this year. I think the first year we just had one big workshop room to do all the presentations, and this year we've added 9 classrooms on the first floor. We're also occupying the movie theater across the street because we're going to be showing John Monteleone's Chisels Are Calling movie. And we're having several presentations just on things like the physics of archtop guitars. And I think we're going to do a 7-string seminar, like why play one, why don't play one, what's challenging about playing them, what's challenging about building them. We just have a whole bunch of other events like that scheduled we didn't really have time to do the first in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had a few years to think about it and add some a lot of extra components and extra events.
So who are some of the people that will be utilizing these rooms?
Pull up my artist list. So all the players that are in the official capacity, first of all, everyone is invited. I encourage everybody to come out.
Right.
There will be several jam sessions. So even if something's not officially scheduled, there's lots of playing going on. My favorite part about any guitar show, and in particular, when it comes to jazz guitar, is the impromptu playing that can break out at any time. I mean, you can have 2 people who've never met each other put on an amazing performance. And so we kind of encourage that to go on. All of the attending artists in an official capacity are here representing the brands that are here. And there'll be like Jimmy Bruno and Frank Vignola and Bobby Broom. Fareed Haq is coming this year. Bruce Foreman will be coming back. Sean McGowan, Beth Marlis, Corey Christiansen. The list goes on and on and on. And on.
Yeah. Well, I'm proud to say that all those people have been in the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them have been on the cover. So that's really, really cool. Some of the luthiers that will be out there. I mean, I know you don't want to leave anybody out. I know there's 30 of them, but some of them, I know Linda Manzer is going to be there. I know Ryan Thorell is going to be there, but you want to name a few of the people that?
Yeah, so I'll just go down the list here on the website. Steve Grimes, Ken Parker, Tom Rebecki, Benedetto Guitars, Ryan Thorell, Tad Brown, Megan Wells, Tyler Wells, Chris Mirabella, Otto D'Ambrosio is coming. See Brian Gallup and a bunch of people from the Gallup School, I think, are coming. They've got a nice surprise guitar that I've seen previews of. It's pretty amazing.
Very cool. Oh, that is it's the guys. It's the cream of the guys.
Yeah,
in the world, I should say. It's the cream. It's the cream of the crop. Now, just for people that are listening to this, there's a wonderful site, and it's archtopfestival.com. It's not Rocky Mountain archtopfestival.com. It's archtopfestival.com. And everything is in there. The luthiers, the artists coming, the schedule, sponsors, show info, tickets, contact us, FAQs, gallery, and blog. So
the schedule itself is still to be announced.
Okay.
I was explaining yesterday, it's sort of like filling out a basketball bracket. There's a lot of moving pieces. And so we're not done. The people who have confirmed are on there, are confirmed. It's 95% accurate at this point.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of stuff coming and going. It's hard to put together something like this.
Oh, it's impossible. I mean, it's really tough.
Yeah,
So,
I want to give a big shout out to everybody that's been helping me, and of course, all of the luthiers who are coming and the artists who are coming. This isn't a great gig. This is people are coming because they want to be here and they want to be a part of this.
Oh, absolutely. So
big thank you to everybody.
Yeah,
helping me out and make this happen.
And I think the world of Archtop guitar, if you will, owes you a big thank you for doing this. This is being a guy that's put on a lot of events in the past, this is a huge undertaking for you. And I know that you literally have been preparing it for a couple of years, with all of the behind the scenes stuff, and just getting the city, if people that have never been to Nevada, I said it correct.
Everyone always asks me that, and I just tell them to pronounce it however you pronounce Nevada.
Yeah.
So it's Arvada.
Arvada, right. So people have never been there. I mean, it's a really cool, foothills, if you will, of the Rockies town. And pretty much the festival, it feels like you almost like take over that at least the section of the town for sure. Mm-hmm. And everywhere you look, you're going to see people that are, playing guitars or part of the festival and all of that. It's really a cool thing to do. So we all owe you a huge, attaboy, for doing this thing. And
all I did was literally put the idea out on Facebook about whether or not people wanted to come to an Archtop only guitar show. And the idea appealed to so many builders and the players that this focus needed to, somebody needed to do it. And I never set out to be a guitar show promoter. I kind of have my hands full doing
your day gig.
Yeah, building guitar amplifiers and selling them and wearing all the hats that I have. Guitar show promoter wasn't on my list of aspirations. So I appreciate the thanks, but what it really is, just all I'm doing is putting all the best people in the same room together. And the show, it really does, I don't want to downplay the amount of legwork involved. I have a lot of help from, like you said, the city of Arvada has been a great help. All of my friends and family who help volunteer just to make the day of show happen. Right. That effort is Herculean by anybody's definition.
Oh no,
it really is just getting all of the best people in the room together, and that's what makes it magical. That's what makes it really happen.
That speaks volumes of the respect that people, in the world of jazz guitar, whether it be players or builders or what, have for you, Peter, and obviously Hendrickson Amplifiers. I mean, your reputation for quality, professionalism, responsibility, if you will, all those accolades, you deserve them. And people say, well, you know what? If Peter is going to do this thing, we know it's going to be good, because he's not going to F it up, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's going to
But
be good.
the amount of trust placed in me is not lost on me, because I've done a lot of
Right.
guitar shows, and I've done a lot of good ones and a lot of bad ones.
Right.
And I, believe me, I
Yeah.
understand that there's a huge amount of trust that, it takes a lot of money to travel with guitars and to do a show. And if you're wasting somebody's time and money, that's
Right.
serious stuff. And I don't want to do that.
Yeah. And I think I think it's fair to point out that, this is not your business. You are not a show promoter. This is not a profit center for you. This isn't something you go,
No.
well, and so many people that put on shows, that's what they do. I'm not going to mention any names, but we all know there's a real big one out there in
Sure,
California.
sure.
Their whole budget for the year is dependent on a big show.
Right.
And this isn't what you do for a living. You build amplifiers. And so this is truly a labor of past love, to be honest with you. It's, you see a need and you're jumping in, and I think everybody really appreciates it. Well, we got a real big announcement a couple of days ago, or day before yesterday. I think we could drop this bomb. Is people who follow us know that we're starting to show videos of the Blue Guitar Collection.
Mm-hmm.
And the Blue Guitar Collection, for people that don't know, go to Jazz Guitar Today, and there's a video there on what it is. If you don't know, the quick thing is Scott Chinnery, a very wealthy businessman, commissioned 22 Archtop guitars, and there's a whole story there that you can see. But all 22 of those instruments, and initially, the organization was only going to bring 4 for people to see, and according to the director of the institution, because I know he doesn't like to be named, all 22, they're going to bring them to the show, and I got to tell you, that is so freaking cool. I mean, that's. I think the last time that was done, it was at the Smithsonian, or not Smithsonian, but, or maybe MoMA or someplace like that. I know that Rudy's in New York had a bunch of them there, but I don't know that all 22 of them have been shown in public in a long, long time. So I think that's phenomenal. If nothing else, just to see those instruments that were built by, Jimmy D'Acquisto and obviously Bob Benedetto back when he was building the instruments, and Linda Manzer, of course, who's one of your contemporary builders, is going to be at the show, and several others, Bill Commons, and that'll be there, Tom Rebecki, all these people will be there, with their guitars. So it's really, really cool. The Blue Guitar Collection will be at the show, so that's very exciting.
Yeah, we're actually planning we don't have, again, we don't have all the details worked out, but we are planning on reuniting the builders with their guitars.
Wow.
And it really is really cool. And I just got that email over the weekend, and I was extremely excited, and then also like, all right, so now where are we gonna
that's the first thing that went through my head. How are you gonna do that? I mean, it's great that's gonna happen, but
yeah, we'll figure it out.
I'm sure you will. You're gonna have to make that. You're gonna have to figure that one out for sure.
Well, that's kind of why we're occupying the theater across the street from the hotel, is that it gives us it's a full modern movie theater that we're renting out one of the whole theaters for both Saturday and Sunday all day. So that gives us a real quality venue to do speaking engagements and presentations, and
sure.
And of course, show the Chisels Are Calling movie, and it's a movie theater. You can buy popcorn and wine in the lobby if you want to. They have a wine and beer license.
Well, I suppose there'll be a few people that will probably take advantage of that.
Yeah.
So let's figure this out. Okay, you're going to be in a really cool town in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. Really cool. I mean, it's a really cool town. You're going to have, most of the world's great Archtop luthiers are going to be there with their instruments. You're going to have many, many, many of the top jazz Archtop players in the world are going to be there.
And educators.
And educators, and the weather is going to be, September is a great time to be there. I mean, it's just a wonderful thing. In the whole, if you take the whole thing together and bring it into it, it's like, this does not suck.
I'm going to put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, this does not suck.
The Rocky Mountain Archtop Festival. It does not
You
suck.
are in a very cool place. This does not suck. Yes, it doesn't get any better than this. This is it. You've hit it. The epicenter. It's here. It's going to be phenomenal, and I'm very excited about it. In fact, this afternoon I got to go ahead and buy my tickets to make sure I, get my flight and all that and take care of all that stuff. But we'll be out there. I'll be out there running around, and I met so many cool people, the last time, and I think the pent-up demand is huge. So again, if you want tickets to the show, go to archtopfestival.com, and you can pick up tickets there, correct?
Yeah, correct. And we have 2 levels of tickets. One ticket is just the guitar show only. And if you just want to go and see the guitars and, meet the builders and your typical guitar show thing, that ticket, so make sure I'm speaking correctly here. That one is $30. And the other ticket involves, gives you full access to everything, the movie showing, all of the concerts. So most of the music is going to be free and included in the $30 ticket, but there are a couple of special events. And more importantly, all of the classes and workshops and clinics are included in the weekend all access. I think we called it the workshop ticket. And that is $150. And it sounds like a lot to go to a guitar show, but considering you'll spend that just for one clinic from any one of these professional guitarists who are going to be doing a class, it really is it's an amazing bargain for what you get for the weekend, just in terms of educational value alone.
Well, Frank Vignola is putting on a guitar camp.
Oh yeah, the week leading up to the camp.
Yeah, the week leading up. So that's another good reason to be out there. I haven't been fortunate enough to attend Frank's camp when he did it down here in Savannah, Georgia. And I will tell you that it is unique the way that he goes about it. You play the guitar all day. It's not a lecture situation. You're in a small room broken up into small, and you get instruction. You're playing all these songs. I mean, Frank runs a great camp. And so what to do, if you can handle it, is sign up for Frank's camp, hang out there, and then with all this newfound information blowing your mind, hang out for a few days with all of the world's great players. I mean, it just doesn't, what a great vibe. It just doesn't get any better if you're into this.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of, like I said, my job is just to put all these people in the same room together.
Right.
And I think it's a unique enough opportunity in terms of that it's exclusively Archtop. And it's not exclusively jazz. It just happens to be a little jazz heavy. We have a lot of fingerstyle guitar players coming and a lot of workshops to that effect.
Well, you make a great point. We should probably talk about that a little bit. Yeah, you can play this is an Archtop guitar, and you can play a G chord on it, and a C chord, and sing a folk song if you want, and it sounds very nice. You don't have to play, you don't have to play jazz on it. They've got a voice all of their own. And, it just so happens that it seems to be, it's the guitar of choice for many, many, jazz players.
Yeah. Well, one of our missions with this show has been to try to expand the reach of these smaller luthiers to a broader audience than just traditional jazz guitar players. It's such a unique instrument. How it's, like you said, it has its own voice. The way it sounds, the way that it plays is unique. But it's not unique to one specific style of playing. So to have a show like this, one of the one of our missions is to try to get as many people here who aren't here because it's jazz, but are here because, you know, maybe especially the person who's like, they know what an archtop guitar is, but maybe they've never actually sat down and played one. They've just seen one, you know, or have been archtop curious. But
Well,
you know, aside from like a Gretsch at a guitar center, they've never played a real acoustic archtop before. And we really like to get those people to this show who love acoustic guitar but have never played an archtop acoustically. Maybe they just understand it as like a rockabilly electric guitar and they don't really get the acoustic qualities of the archtop.
Well, you know, to that point, and I'll bring this back to me, but you know, I played at the Atlanta Botanical Garden last week, and I brought one of my archtops with me, but we played everything from, I think we only, in the 3 or 4 hours that we played, I think we only played 3 or 4 traditional jazz tunes. You know, we played some James Taylor, we played, you know, all kind, and I sing, you know, so we played all kinds of stuff that wasn't what people call jazz. And the archtop guitar with the piano and everything, it just works. So you're absolutely right. People that aren't familiar with the true voice of an archtop guitar, have only seen them in pictures or maybe heard Wes play them or something like that. There's a whole other range of tonalities and dynamics that are capable on these instruments. And I think that if you go out there and you play them, you'll see exactly what we're talking about. And even between from one builder to the next builder, you know, it's like going to I guess like a coffee show or something, you know, or a wine show, you know, there's this wine, there's that grape, there's this, you know, it's all Cabernet, let's say, or all Pinot Noir, but, you know, from that guy, it's a little different than from that guy. Oh, I like that one, you know, that kind of thing. And so I think you make a great point. Just like, you know, jazz doesn't have to be played on an archtop, but jazz doesn't have to be played on an archtop. And you can play any music you want. So, and people have. Scotty Moore played rock and roll on his L5.
Yeah.
So there you go. Is there anything else you'd like to add to this?
Just a couple of items. If anybody's planning on visiting from out of town, the hotel that the event is at is fairly small. It might be sold out already in terms of rooms. I'm not sure. But there is a train that runs to a train stop within walking distance of the Hilton Garden Inn where the guitar show is. It's a tiny suburb of Denver, so it's about 2.5 blocks long by 1.5 blocks wide. So you can fly to Denver International Airport from pretty much anywhere on the planet and take the train straight to there's one stop, take it to Denver, and then from Denver to Arvada. It's I think you took the train last time, didn't you, Bob?
To get in town, yeah.
It's the A train. The A train leaves Denver International Airport.
I think it's about a 30-minute or 40-minute ride.
I think about 45 minutes. There's the transfer in Denver runs at 15-minute intervals, so it's real easy.
And it's a beautiful ride. You get off of a plane and you can just sit down and decompress and start taking in the whole Colorado thing, which is nice because the countryside that you're going through it's a very, I mean, I just can't recommend it higher. You know, just go, you'll have fun, you'll enjoy it, you'll relax. You can, you know, bring whoever it is you want to bring and go up into the mountains, you know, a day afterwards or something like that.
On that note as well, I know given our demographic, there's a lot of people who would be traveling with a significant other who may not be super interested in a guitar show.
Who are those people? Who are those people?
Our little town of Arvada has a lot of shopping and a lot of fun things to do. There's our annual Harvest Festival is going on the same weekend, so it's a short distance away. There's even stuff for kids to do while the event is going on. Everything's walking distance. All the guitar demos that we're going to do are going to be in the little wine bar and coffee shops around town, and it's really it's a very fun experience just to be, we had a lot of people who, and this is why the town got involved. We had so many people show up who were just there to hang out and see some music, and all of that is free to the public.
Yeah. Well, to that point, I mean, significant other, if they're coming, like say a couple of couples come, the significant others who aren't interested could go into Denver for the day, and hang out in there.
Yeah, Denver's 15 minutes away.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's so much, I mean, it's just like, what is the old phrase? Be there or be square.
Right.
What can I tell you?
There's Red Rocks is like a 10-minute drive from Arvada. If you've never seen Red Rocks Amphitheater, I think Brandy Carlisle's playing all weekend during the Archtop Festival. So there's a concert going on. So if you wanted to go tour Red Rocks, I think if you go in the mornings, they close. It's a park. They close at 2:00 to get ready for show times usually. But usually when the park's open, you can go walk around on the stage. You walk around. It's the amphitheater. That's a good tourist spot.
Right. No, how much fun is that? Well, listen, Peter, we'll continue to keep people updated on things as we progress through, because we still got a couple of months before the festival, and we'll keep people abreast of what's happening, and I'm very excited about it. So
no good.
So Bob Bakert for Jazz Guitar Today with Peter Henriksen of Henriksen Amplification. What is the actual name?
We're registered with the IRS as Henriksen Incorporated.
I am not going to say, and the ironic thing is I'm not going to say Henriksen Incorporated, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah, everyone just refers to us as Henriksen Amps. It's not an official DBA, but
yeah. Well, that's what it is. And, being the proud user of two of them, I will tell you that they capture that tone. Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Well, that's, everybody can come play one at the Archtop Festival. I'm going to leave them laying around everywhere.
Peter, thank you very much, man. Yeah. I really appreciate it. Thanks for all you're doing for this. And we'll talk soon. And, I know this is going to be a big event. I'm real excited about it. So Bob Bakert for Jazz Guitar Today with Peter Henriksen. Thanks, Peter. Have a great day, man. Bye-bye.
Thanks.